You going back in?
There's still men out there. God damn. When I go home, people ask me, "Hey, Hoot, why do you do it, man? Why? You some kind of war junkie?" I won't say a goddamn word. Why? They won't understand. They won't understand why we do it. They won't understand it's about the men next to you. And that's it. That's all it is.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
I want to make it clear that the views expressed by our hosts are not considered the official stance of MBR Views. Remember, this is all about having fun and enjoying the ride.
Hello and welcome to Dog Days, where we talk about all things cannabis. I'm your hostess with the mostest, the Bud Bitch. My first guest this morning is Ms Shauna Silber. She is a mother, wife, yoga instructor, and entrepreneur. It's great to see you. Welcome to the Doghouse. Oh, where'd she go? All right, sound guy.
Am I doing okay?
No, it was a sound guy faux pas, but there you are.
Peekaboo.
Peekaboo. So how have you been, Ms Shauna?
Missing you.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways,
what have you been up to?
You know what? I'm working on a lot of stuff. Kind of moving in a lot of new technology and new directions. You know, we kind of look into everything as much as we can, and then kind of wonder what the wild divine is gonna bring us. So other than that, spending time watching my youngest get ready to graduate from 8th grade and move into high school. So now I'm officially aged.
Very nice.
But yeah, teaching a lot. Do a lot of the yoga on an ongoing weekly basis. Added some aqua fitness to myself, and am meeting some amazing people. Yes, and I do belly dance. I teach.
The sound guy is on a roll this morning. I'll tell you.
I love it. But yeah, I teach belly dancing and fire throwing too. So I've been doing that for a while, and then there's the yoga. I love it. And it's outside. So actually what's funny is I get ready to teach outside in the park. So I teach at the Hampton Heights, which is a HOA park. And so I've been kind of teaching out there ever since COVID, when they had shut down our world. People like us, that's what we were here for. We don't crawl into holes. We've been in the holes. When everybody hid, we came out. So, you know, a lot of the sunshine and the yoga outside helps everyone. And then I'm teaching it at Choose Fitness. I really enjoy them. They're a corporate world, but they're really kind of like you and me, you know, very down to earth, very, very natural.
And very nice.
I like it.
We like natural.
I know. How have you been?
hanging in here. Got this new gig.
I love this.
Got this
This
new
is-
podcast.
Oh,
I made a dragon's lair for you.
a dragon's lair.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
Yeah. Yeah. See the fire in the background?
I do.
That I made you. This is a fire dragon lair.
Arr,
Just for you.
I love you. This is why we do hemp co-op together, baby doll. Which is another direction. We got to start looking at some of those farmlands that are coming up in Wyoming. I saw some commercials here up in Colorado. They're advertising for, I think, Wyoming territories to get farming out there, and very affordable. So once they get that land, they should reach out to us, either through the Tribal Hemp or to Dawg Ranch or Y Hemp Co-op, and start getting their seeds and their equipment and their grow going, and making sure that they're with, the legislation laws, and get everything through what you had to go through in the state of Wyoming. You pioneered that. So here you are. And you've got your own podcast. What better boss could I pray for?
So, Dawg Ranch is a ranch that it's a family ranch that we kind of incorporated, for those who do not know, our listeners. And we just got our hemp license for 2024, so we are legitimate. And I kept myself off the hemp license for the ranch. I just put my husband and my son on it to kind of keep myself flexible to apply for a hemp license under Wyoming Hemp Co-op.
Correct.
Which Shauna and I have kind of brainchild out, and we're leading the charge in that area, because the equipment is so expensive. I just don't see how the average farmer, I personally can't afford a tractor or, hundreds of dollars worth of seeds right now. However, if we got a group of farmers together, put our minds together, put our resources together. I was just talking to somebody the other day, and we were talking about, it's going to take a village to move the cannabis industry forward. Mm-hmm. If you think you're going to go and do it on your own, you must be a billionaire. And I'm definitely not a billionaire.
No. And we don't want billionaires, because we know that they're buying out everything and doing it wrong back anyway.
Right. And we're totally in our infant stage with the co-op. And I wanted to give you a call, but I might as well just talk to you about it here, since it is my podcast anyways. So,
amen. And this is what we have this for, sis.
I was thinking, I really think we should go nonprofit with the hemp co-op.
Oh, I love that.
That's what I think.
I'm in. Yes.
I think we should go 501c with it.
Listeners, you heard me say yes. I go with what my president says. I vote yes.
Awesome. And because cannabis is getting rescheduled. What do you think of that? That's a bunch of hype. That's like the cutting edge today's news. What are your thoughts on that? It's pretty exciting.
Let me tell you, this has been one journey. Back in the early stages, I had worked with yoga on one of the senators who was part of the entire hemp initiative, Suzanne Williams. She was a really nice senator, and then Bob Bowman. These two guys got their minds together, got a hemp council started. And if you go back into all of our background paperwork, legislative, and as long as COVID didn't delete anything or accidentally lose it, during those times, they actually took notes. And there was an entire board. And we started working on a lot of the stuff based more on the lignits, the sugars. There were some labs up in Boulder that were providing those things, early stages. There were some labs up in Estes Park and Evergreen. Wonderful people up there, just spending time on something that felt so hopeless, but yet so drawn to, hey, let's get this back into our system again. Our receptors are missing this. Our cancers are eating us, and we can kill it like that. the St. Jude's Research Institute, they looking for a cancer cure? Well, I'll tell you what, you reach out to Mayo Clinic, you reach out to Dr. Ronald Bernard, who is one of our board members and one of our people on our CBD research, and find out everything that this has been doing from the beginning. You know, this was hard even with the politicians that you have to deal with. The school not wanting the taxes that, you know, we were taxing this to build schools, and schools turned into, you see them on TV, universities having issues. And, you know, it started with a whole thing. This is not what you fought for. This is not our America.
Right. Exactly.
Our hemp, being nonprofit, has a great chance to bring wisdom back. And, you know, the service, you guys can't be deprived of this. This is what you keep balance with inside the mental anguish of trying to destroy civilizations or existences by order. Whether it be right or wrong, it doesn't matter. It is by order. And you have to turn off that conscience thinking and go into that drive of will. And people understand that somewhere in the middle, there's got to be that gap. And when you miss that gap, those receptors start firing off PTSD, depression, suicide, pain, frustration. I'm a yoga teacher. I'm also a neuroscientist, biofeedback doctor. We used a lot of science and technology behind this with the F1000 and the JJ, with the mind body institutions, with the heart math, with variable science, galvanic spin response, anything and everything that can tie in to just human, not a pill, not a new name. Don't label it. There's new labels for something that should demand something from us. That just makes us not human anymore. When you smoke enough flower, I guess you realize that. Maybe that's why they took it away, so we would be stupid. I mean, if you look at the way we grow our plant, this is why Wyoming is kind of hesitant still, and this is why Hemp Co-op really wants to look at this, is our seeds are even being genetically modified and changed. We don't even have the real mama Northern Lights. Yummy stuff. We don't got the original Kush Valley. That stuff's in Europe. Why is it not here? If Europe wants to be here for everything else, including their Boston tea parties, then they should be able to have our medicine here too. And our food
exactly. We were just talking about that the other day on a different show, that hemp and cannabis grew feral. You know, where is that feral Wyoming cannabis where we can get a hold of it? It exists. I don't know if it's up in the mountains or wherever, but I need to go out there. I need to harvest some feral Wyoming cannabis seeds and start experimenting with it. And now that it's going to be rescheduled and we can do research, get some money to help us do some research and get some real Wyoming grown indigenous cannabis going.
You know, in addition to that, do you remember when my dad had that idea of an awesome type of new grow house, the teepee?
Yeah.
All powered that way. That should be our research start right there. Because the teepee not only is self-sufficient all by itself.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
like,
so we find the indigenous cannabis, we get some money for research, and we start growing indigenous Wyoming cannabis and see where that takes us. And you can only go in a good way, because we're going at it in a good way, is how I'm looking at it, you know?
I agree. And if we've got you and we've got me, we've got both sides.
The yin and yang.
The yin and yang. But they both have to remember that we're not opposite, we're together.
Right.
Like, we have the same vision. We may have came from the opposite places, but we got the same vision. The vision is there. Whether we got to let it all go and then just focus on that one vision, like just that one vision, because truly that's where that truth sits. It sits in our food. We can make hemp food. Remember, I told you I've got that parvo puppy chow that I've been working on, and that I want to make it out of the puppy chow, and I want to set it out there because parvo is one of those diseases that is orally, but you get it in a shot. So if you get it in the puppy chow and you make puppy chow out of hemp, rather than the corns and the things that are killing them, you give them their meats,
Because animals have that endocannabinoid system as well. Animals have that.
Huge.
And a selling point as well, as far as, letting the feral cannabis come back, is the hunters. You will see better elk. You'll see better sheep. You'll see better antelope. The quality, all these wasting diseases and stuff that the animals have, and you're all worried about, and the diseases that our animals here in Wyoming are coming down with.
Yeah.
Let feral cannabis come back, and you will see a difference in the game that you bring down.
That's right. Not only that, we have the hempcrete that we can make from all the leftovers. And remember, I told you we're working on the textiles.
Yes.
So the textiles that we're going into, those things themselves there's a revolutionary one that we're coming out of with Canada, and that's the one that we're...
Okay, hold on just 1 second. I want to hear about that. We got to take a quick break. Hold that thought. When we come back, we're going to talk about textiles. Stay tuned. And we are back, and joining us now is Michele Belson, and I'm calling you the Yarn Lady. So
we can
welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
We left the break and we were talking about textiles, so I thought this was a good time to bring in the Yarn Lady.
I'm more than a yarn lady. This is woven with American-grown cotton and hemp. The hemp is not American-grown because we haven't done it, processed it in a long time, but I do a lot of that. My company, Lunatic Fringe Yarns, probably sells more hemp yarn on cones than anyone in the United States. We have been extremely committed to hemp as a product and as a textile product for about 15 years now. It's gotten easier, thank goodness, but I kind of wanted, one of the things I wanted to make sure that everybody knows is that cannabis and pot wasn't made illegal because of its psychoactive properties. It was made illegal by the industries that produced polyester fabric, hemp or regular paper from wood products, and from the cotton industry. It had nothing to do with, it had to do with people that were going to make more profit if they could get this ancient and amazing product off the market and replace it with what they had going. And I'm just so thrilled that we have finally reached the point where we're able to use this incredible product again. One of the little stories I always love to tell when I teach about hemp yarn is that Columbus never would have gotten to the United States without hemp. The word canvas is from cannabis because that's the plant that they made those sails from. That was the only product that would not rot on the ocean for months on end. So this whole country wouldn't be here without that amazing plant. And I'm so—
well, don't tell me that. I'm Native American, so I'm there like,
maybe that would have been better.
Yeah. Should have used those doggone cotton sails.
Don't tell the new ones that are trying to get here. That's a joke.
Oh,
is this your website?
That is my website.
Beautiful.
That is my website, and
Very
that is
nice.
a class that I teach. So
Gorgeous.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Okay,
and in
very nice.
the first week in June, I'm going to be teaching a class all about weaving with hemp in Fort Collins. So it's going to be— it is a major push of mine. It's a product that I really love. You know, hemp yarn and fabric is antimicrobial.
Yeah.
So all those things that you get mold and icky stuff on them, if you make it with hemp, it's just so much better. Anyway, I love hemp. It's an amazing product, and we really need to be growing it and processing it in this country. And I'm thrilled to hear that you're going to be growing, and we should talk about
Yes.
me trying to help fund and find processors for it. So
Oh, fantastic. We just got done talking to Indigo Fibers out of, he's a Navajo who has ancient sheep. Their lineage goes back to, I believe, the 1500s, if I'm not mistaken. And that's what he does. Shears the sheep and makes these gorgeous yarns out of it. So we'll have to get you two together. I know that episode is already aired, and all of his contact information is in that episode.
Cool.
He puts out his email and that sort of thing, and he also is into hemp. I believe there's strands that go up and down that need to be stronger than necessarily the ones that go vertically, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. But they use the hemp strands to go up and down for the strength, and then they use the wool to weave back and forth this way. So that's how he makes some of his beautiful products.
that is a good system. That's a good system. I have a tendency to put cotton in the warp, which is the stuff that goes up and down, and hemp in the weft, because I can make more hemp be on top of the fabric to have better absorption and better antimicrobial. There's lots of ways, or you can put it in both. I have things.
Why not?
Hemp warp and weft, and yeah, it's a beautiful fiber.
That's fantastic. I mean, I can see myself here in a yurt, just kick back during my winter months whenever I'm not farming. And whenever my farming's done, and I just kind of cuddle up in my yurt and do some weaving during the winter, and I pop out and I have these beautiful blankets.
Cool.
That sounds so serene. I almost saw butterflies with that. I'm in. We should
You're
do
in?
some type of training or retreat like that. Yeah. That, really something, and that's something, Holly on Bud Bitch, you might want to look at is, especially instructors that can bring that home. And
I love that.
If you look at what her machines are, I got to witness it firsthand on belting May Day, because we spent our day together. And you should see her machine. She does it and she teaches, and it was right there in front of me. I didn't want to touch it because, Gemini
it's magic
things. It was. but I was like, now I want to do it. Like,
Yeah.
after seeing that, I'm like, I want to do that. More people need to see this really home. I bet you that that's very meditative, you know, not to say that it's not, but I'm saying, I bet you just sit there and just get lost. Like, like the Buddhists do when they do the mandala.
Yeah. Yep.
Gandhi used to say that everyone should sit and spin for an hour a day just to connect themselves back with the earth and the world as it is. And Gandhi was a big spinner. I'm a terrible spinner, but I'm a really good weaver. So I think I would be forgiven for spending my time at the looms instead. But he had this theory that we should make things part of our day, and that connects us to the earth, to other human beings. And,
agreed. We need the network again.
Yeah, I know that on here there is an option. We use StreamYard as part of the nonprofit to get these podcasts up and going and coordinated and produced. And there is an option to do webinar through this vehicle. And so I was thinking in my crazy mind that, you know, we were talking about people who cook with cannabis. And there's wines that are infused with cannabis. And so have a webinar mini series about weaving with cannabis, cooking with cannabis, making wine with cannabis. That sounds delicious.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and you can defuse anything.
I know.
We can do apothecary classes, man. That's old school, and I'd love that. Maybe we can find a medicine shaman or someone who is of old practice that knows how to make the elixir and tincture pure. Like,
I love that.
Pure and right down to like the homemade kind. You know, not to blow yourself up with gas. You know, but like. How did they do it before a stove? You know,
exactly.
This is not a new plant. Just because 200 years old human here didn't mean that 10,000 old human didn't know how to work that.
I love that idea for people to be able to grow and process, extract their own medicine. And so they can take it in the modality that they want to. If they want to smoke it, great. If they want to tincture, great. If you want to make a sheet of brownies, go for it. You know, that's all about freedom and how you want to take care of your own healthcare is key. I'm down. I totally agree with that, Shauna. There's got to be a way that we can make our own medicine without having to ship it off to an extraction site. What are they adding to it to do the extraction?
What are they taking away from it that I need?
What are they stripping it of? Yeah. Is it no longer full spectrum? I mean,
and can't I donate it to other philosophies such as our new improved plastic biodegradable made out of hemp bottles that ship now all over the place? Our hemp bags.
Mm-hmm.
We have paper plates that decompose in 45 days once they're out in the weather, you know, and I have only seen Michelle's towels in the Aquafit class, and I see her with everybody just as like, that is a warm, fuzzy looking great towel. You know, they make yoga mats, and making something like that for the hot yoga, covering those yoga mats with the same type of towel would be, oh my God, that would be like an idea. So, because you have to have a towel, and towels just don't absorb, and they slip and they slide, and you know, that would be an idea.
Yeah.
Look at that beautiful towel. I mean, you've got to show off.
It's
that beautiful color.
It's just so gorgeous.
Yeah, that's the one I see.
I love it. Now, do you sell those, Michele? Because somebody's going to be looking at this.
No, but I sell a kit that you can make your own.
There we go. Even better.
That's epic.
Yeah, and this is another one. This is, none of it's dyed. It's all just naturally colored. It's, you know, naturally bleached. It's just yummy,
amazing,
yummy yarn. So
beautiful. I love that.
Do you know why she doesn't sell them? Is because she hand weaves every one of those individually. So by the time she'd hand weave every one of those and fulfill the orders that people would need,
Yeah.
she'd be dead.
Oh,
I also
like, oh my God,
want
it's my
to
favorite.
empower people to make their own.
yes.
I want
Yes,
people to
Michelle.
have the power and the it's important to learn to make things yourself. It's a connection with who we are as humans, to make things for yourself. So
Beautiful. Well
How
said.
How long does it take, like if someone was to weave a towel and get a kit, because I'm going to order one. How long does it, yeah, I know, right? I want a tally. How long does it take to actually weave one together? And if I did want to weave one together that was just a little bit longer for my yoga mat.
this one's 72 inches long.
That's fine. Then that's plenty, the length.
Yeah.
Okay. So then how long are you thinking? And I don't want to rush it. What I'd want to do is kind of more spend time with it being more like, I don't want to color the page all at once. I want to.
Right. Weaving is, I often say it takes me about 4 hours to weave this, but it's taken me 30 years to learn how.
Okay.
And setting up the loom, it takes, in addition to the 4 hours of sitting at the loom going like this, it takes about 8 to 10 hours to get the loom set up to do this. And but I usually put 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 on the loom at the same time, so that I can just weave a bunch of them.
Okay.
And there are people that do production weaving. So, with any luck, I could, if you have access to my website, if you want to go to the Center of the Earth Towel Kit, that is what this is. So
Center of the Earth.
Under kits.
Oh yeah, we're looking at the website right now.
You're looking at the website, I can tell.
Yeah.
And then go towels.
Towels.
Click.
Ooh.
And the Center of the Earth, this is the first one. Click on
Look
that.
at what we've been missing out on. What?
Oh my.
Beautiful.
And
Amazing.
if you click on that, you'll see a bigger picture of more pictures of the towel kit.
Now, your towel kit, does that come with the loom and everything to make your own? Everything?
No, it comes with the yarn that you need. It comes with all the yarn to make 2 towels.
Beautiful.
Okay.
So,
Where do you find the weaving loom machine?
I am a dealer for them. I sell several. One of the best ways to get a loom is to get it used. But
Okay.
There's a company in Boulder that is one of my suppliers who've been making looms for 50 years here in town. I'll be teaching, it isn't those little ones. It doesn't work on those little ones, but that's what I'll be teaching the hemp washcloth class on. And then more like the bigger ones.
Holly, maybe you and I'll have to meet up in Fort Collins for that or something.
Well, you can come.
Somebody-
And
When is that?
It's certainly a super beginner-oriented, beginner-friendly class. So
That's definitely what I would need.
Me too.
well,
I would like
get
kindergarten.
some people up in Wyoming, and I'll come do it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I travel.
There we
I'll
go.
try
Love
for
to
now.
travel.
She can ride with me. I'll bring her down.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe we can go to Steelers and take over the whole back wall.
Okay.
We'll just tell him, give me Grandpa's back room.
Okay.
Yeah, those best of both worlds. Those are cotton and hemp towels. That's what was on the loom when you were here, Shauna. So
Okay.
Beautiful.
Amazing. Oh yeah.
Wow.
I love
I
the
love
vibrant color. And that's one thing that people remember, you really anticipated that, because hemp does bring color back to your life. It's really funny because when I watch people, they'll be like, this is a dull pin. It's pretty. But then you smoke a bowl and you're like, wow, that's a pretty pin.
That's a magic pen.
There's more stuff in there, like you don't miss it. I've also noticed that when I smoke a bowl, that's how I found there was a Starbucks cup on that Game of Thrones. I was like, oh, look. Yeah, you're right. I need a Starbucks.
Awesome. On that note, we're going to take another really quick break. We kind of went over a little, but that's fine. This is my show. I can do whatever I want, right?
That's right.
But
Freedom of speech.
let's go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Okay.
Listening to my heartbeat pound as daylight fades away. A haunting old familiar sound. The guns go silent and I pray. I'm reading all your letters. I can't get you off my mind. Smoke the day's last cigarette. Thankful I'm alive. Mine's not to wonder why. It's just to do or die. Mine's not to wonder why. It's just to do or die. A helmet for my pillow. I rest on broken glass. Only heaven knows how long can this all last. I lived another day, but trouble's all around. The guns have fallen silent tonight, but the silence is so loud. Mine's not to wonder why. It's just to do or die. Mine's not to wonder why. It's just to do or die. I look up at the stars. Through smoke I see the moon. And I wonder where you are at home tonight. If you can see it too. Another burning city lights the fires in the night. I lie to myself and say that I'm not afraid to die. This war is taking me so far from you. And if we meet again, I'll hold you close and never let you go. But until then, mine's not to wonder why. It's just to do or die. Mine's not to wonder why. It's just to do or die. Mine's not to wonder why. It's just to do or die.
Welcome back, everybody. We are having a wonderful cannabis discussion this morning with Shauna Silber and Ms Michele, the Yarn Lady. I love that name. I'm just going to coin that.
Too. I do too.
Trademark.
Yeah, that's who she is.
So I'm wondering, would you guys like to play a little get to know you game?
Yeah.
Would you like that? Here we go. 'Cause 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 we go. Let's see if we can get it to play.
Great sound guy.
So this is a little get to know you game. I'm going to ask you both questions and you let me know if it's this or that.
Okay.
Ms Shauna, stevia or indica?
Indica.
Indica. And why?
Because I play World of Warcraft and I need to allow myself to mellow out when I'm annihilating in PvP and get stressed. And obviously,
So you're a calm killer.
Yeah. And I go after the Alliance. So, and as I'm a gamer, avid gamer, which I got to get that anxious out of me and get that zen. So indica really does calm me down. Now,
indica, in the couch.
Into the game. Into my chill.
Ms Michele, same question.
Indica. I'm a chill gal. For
Very
sure.
nice. Very nice. Next question. Wake and bake or evening chill? And there are no wrong answers. No wrong answers. You can do both.
For me?
Yeah.
I have 2 in the morning. I have 2 in the afternoon. I have 2 around happy hour, and I have 2 or 3 more in the evening.
You're so lucky. We have nothing. I can't do anything here in Wyoming. Absolutely nothing. We have no medical program. We have no recreational program. And after this last legislative session, they took away the synthetic. So we have absolutely nothing.
It's a 3. It's coming, baby. It's a 3. It's a coming for the medical side. So
I hope so. And if I can be a part of that in any way, shape, or form, Normal just made me the executive director for the foundation part of it, the Wyoming Normal Foundation, which focuses more on education than the political side of things.
Perfect.
So if we can take this baby step of reclassification and move it into education, maybe people will start, making better choices and voting in the right people to fight for the people, Ms. Michele, same question. Wake and bake or evening chill?
Just an evening chill.
You're so laid back. It's all that weaving, right?
Yeah,
sign me up.
I spend a lot of time making stuff, and that chills me out a lot. So
I love it. You're just like kick back, laid back, and I'm envious. I want to get to that level. It was at some point. Ms. Shauna, edible or smoke?
Oh, either one, really, but I would prefer flower.
Yeah.
I'm a flower power.
Yeah, there's something about the feel of it, the smell of it, the not that I would know, because it is illegal here in Wyoming.
Yeah, when you came to visit, it was really good, wasn't it? With the 420 rally.
Just getting your hands in it, smelling it, rolling around in it, loading it. It's a ceremony, right? Just kind of
it really is. Very ayahuasca. Very ayahuasca original. Yeah.
Yes. Ms. Michele, same question. Edible or smoke, or maybe there's a different modality that you prefer?
I'm just old school. I've been doing it since the 70s and the same methodology, and it worked for me then. It works for me now. So
don't try to fix something that ain't broke.
Ain't broke.
Right?
Just do it. Yeah.
Just do it. I love it. And I know the answer. After this discussion, I know the answer, but this is just something to spur on, discussion. Hemp or cotton? You're laughing at me.
Did those cotton words come out of your mouth?
Yeah, I know. The C word. I said this.
You said the C word.
Not the C word.
That's not the 4-letter one, but
it's not the P word. I didn't say polyester.
Oof, that one's worse. Oh yeah, give me the hemp any day, baby.
Well, this is where
don't hate me.
No, you have to do both. I mean, I love hemp. It's a great fabric. Makes really lousy underwear.
Oh yeah, I don't
Live
wear
on the
underwear, so it
stiff,
don't matter.
scratchy side. You know, there are places for cotton and there are places for hemp, just like there are places for wool. You know,
Yes.
all of them have something to contribute. The bad part is that we haven't been allowed to contribute hemp in a long time. So let's get back to it.
Ooh,
Yes.
I like
I
her
totally
philosophy. I'm gonna have
agree
to
with
stick with
that.
you. I'm gonna follow you down the pathing of the textiles.
Mhm.
Your wisdom is good. I follow you.
And I'm down with the underwear example for sure. I'm feeling
Sorry.
that.
My
All right,
family's still
ladies.
butt covers.
Last question: should medical cannabis be covered under medical insurance? Yes or no?
Yes. If your doctor is intelligent, it should be. If your doctor is stupid, he's gonna say no because he had needle in his head.
Well, that's an exciting thing about this rescheduling is if we can say and establish through research that this has a medical use. And I mean, it's going to take a lot of public comment. I think that's one of the next phases. It's not a done deal. This rescheduling is not a done deal. We still have to keep up the fight. We still have to keep going to these meetings and voting. I think that's coming up in November that we're going to be voting again for our representation. People who think like us and, want to continue to see the baby steps happen with the total descheduling of it is who we need to be voting for, folks. And so, medical cannabis should be covered under medical insurance. It's our healthcare, it's a human right, is our healthcare.
Not only that, the medical part of it, the bandages that come from hemp, all of that stuff, that should be first and foremost sent out to our military. I mean, we have the ability to make bandages that get rid of foot issues such as neuropathy and diabetes if they just wear the hemp socks. So, there's so much first aid, or shall we say there's so much human in the plant and so much plant in the human that even the receptors that are inside the brain, receptor 1, receptor 2, receptor 3, they are encoding with that. And when they get it, you get really sleepy, you might fall asleep. That might have been that you were deprived completely and your body just took it all in all at once and was like overwhelmed, and then over time it starts to build up like me, I like Willie Nelson. Find me a good strain that's real and I'll be happy with it. But we do so much testing that, I'll buy a strain and I'll go plug in on the machine because I want to know what it does to me. And that's medical. That's myself. A doctor's a second opinion. And, that might be not a bad idea is to bring a doctor on. We've got Dr. Renaud Bernard. He was the chief of staff in Des Moines, Iowa. He's a stem cell doctor, one of the first ones to practice in Colorado. It might not be bad because, a lot of the reports with the FCC we work on with the CBD Royales, we sit with that board and talk to them intensely about all the medical research that we're coming through. Not only just in the pet world, because I work in veterinarian realm, but with that too as well. It works on ferrets, by the way. The dog lick works on cats and ferrets. And the reason I'm saying that is because my ferret started getting like wounds on her side and they pooshed out the other way, So she got bald, all of her hair fell out, and about 2.5 months of like the doctors just saying, no, she's going to die. I was like, no. So I kept her on the elixir. I put it in that duck soup. And now she's got her hair back. It went back inside. It swelled. The wound is gone. And I'll show you before and afters because I recorded everything from my Mastiff and her wounds, the salves, horse, shampoo, towels, textiles. I mean, we need to really look at this, especially our options of doing nonprofit. There's a lot of wisdom that doesn't cost anything. They just know the truth, and that truth it's worth gold. That could be immortal money. But hemp is the planet's plant. We need to bring it back. It is the planet's plant. It makes everything.
Yeah, you bring up some really good points there. The antibacterial with the bandages, and then with the soldiers that are out there, they get the foot rot. If they had socks made out of hemp, that would help with that as well.
Yeah, the absorption.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and especially
same way with like women's products too, made out of hemp. I can't think of a better thing that would revolutionize that kind of healthcare too. Is
and decomposes. They have that technology. We have some. There's a lot of things that we do that are in Canada and Europe, and we get it close, but we can't get it here in the U.S. because, of course, the money monopolies are the ones who are out here saying, well, hey, I'm not going to invest in your project. Well, fine, I don't want your money. Like I got my skin and my blood in this game. I don't want your money.
We were just talking about Canada.
I want your skin and blood. I don't want your gold. I want your skin and blood in this game. I want you involved.
We were just talking about Canada the other day because I was in a group, and it was with entrepreneurs, cannabis entrepreneurs, and there were some ladies from Canada in that group, and they were expressing how restrictive Canada is about cannabis in their products.
In some, yes.
And they really wanted to kind of push their products down here to the U.S. It's amazing stuff that they're doing. So by all means, open the borders to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it was just really, I didn't really understand how restrictive Canada was in their cannabis industry. I mean,
even have to buy
control their advertising.
Yeah.
And that's tough. I mean, if they pull the rug out from under your feet, we take it for granted here in the U.S., I think, that we have access to Facebook and LinkedIn and all these different outlets to get our words out and our products out and whatnot. Can you imagine having that voice just taken away from you?
That's the freedom of America so far, thanks to you.
Yeah, so far.
And your son, who is still fighting for our country, yes?
Yes.
So God bless him, and God bless you for having to wait for him patiently.
That's tough. Whenever I was a kid and I went off to war, I was just there like, okay, I got to do what I got to do. Now I'm the parent.
Yeah.
And it sucks, guys.
Yeah.
Really, I had no idea that, my mom and my dad and my family back home was going through this, but it's tough. It sucks.
It is.
And, but I'm also proud at the same time, and I did it, and he wants to do it, and my husband did it. We're a military family. So I got it. All I can do is pray and support him in any way I can. And care packages work. Those little care packages, you may not think much about, throwing some snacks in there and stuff, but they might not be able to get that where they're deployed to. So you open up a box of Skittles and beef jerky, it's like heaven.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
let's find them some hemp socks to put in the bag.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I would love that. That would beautiful. I love that.
Maybe we can get together and send a, care package down and gather some. Maybe we can get some help with that too and get it over there, because as long as we send it through the military, those guys get it. And your son's right there. What better than you saying, hey guys, this hemp's for you. We love you.
Hemp's for you. There we go. Trademark number 2.
Hashtag that, baby.
We're on a roll, ladies.
This hemp's for you. I really admire and love the ability for Y Hemp Co-op to go nonprofit, especially to go in that direction and to really go with the vision and where you're trying to pad. So you know what? This is uncharted territory. When we got here, it was uncharted territories that we didn't know. Now we know everything. Now we need to sit back. We need to see where we need to strike and where we need to back off.
Yeah,
because we can't beat the drum till the beat's dead. We need to go around and talk to the right ones.
Right, exactly. So we're running out of time. I want to give you ladies the last words. If you want to put out your information again, Yarn Lady, about your next class, where, when, who, we'll end on that note. And Shauna, if you have anything coming up in the future you would like folks to kind of log in and get and participate in. So, Michele, what do you got going on that you want folks to know?
Well, the first weekend in June, I will be teaching a hemp exploration class, learning to weave on a very basic loom. This is something that even non-weavers can do. And you can find out more about that on my website, which is lunaticfringeyarns.com. So
awesome.
I'd love to, and you can get all sorts of hemp yarn products from us. Hopefully we'll get more products out soon.
Love it. Love it. Thank you for that. Shauna, what do you got going on that you want to end on?
Well, I think you and I just need to focus in our direction, our one direction, get the tribal hemp up there going, get that Res Dog Ranch doing some research, and maybe get some grants for, like I said, those teepee grow houses that we were talking about, because they're self-sustainable. Let's dig in to some educational sides of things, and let's look at the educational side. And then as we start weaving together, the more wisdom, from that wisdom, it will give birth to the weave, I guess, like she would say. First, you have to learn the wisdom, sit and be patient. We've done that. Now let's just kind of start weaving these people together. Let's find our team. Let's find our tribe. Like a tribe works together.
Exactly.
Not opposing each other, and it all benefits the tribe. That's not Scientology. That's common sense.
Right. Exactly. Hey, it's been wonderful spending this time with you folks this morning, and I hope you have a fabulous rest of your week. And we'll be in touch. Take care. Thank you so much.
See you in June.
Bye.
Love and light.
That's the show for today, everyone. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with an all-new show. And remember, you can listen to us again and again. The podcast of this radio show is available right after we go off the air tonight, anywhere that you can get your podcast episodes. And thanks for joining us today. I'd like to take a moment to talk about something close to my heart. Military Broadcast Radio is doing incredible work to support our veterans and bring their voices to the world. They rely on your generous donations and your dedicated volunteer hours to make it happen. I encourage you to consider supporting NBR in any way, form that you can. Use this QR code that's attached to the picture, or you can go to our website at mbradio.us. That's MikeBravoRadio.us to learn more about how you can donate or volunteer even just an hour a week from your home. Help make a difference in the lives of our veterans, because once again, we're all here for you and not for us. We're giving our veterans a voice.